Hi, Soul Family. Welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin. I have a beautiful yoga flow for you today that is going to focus on opening and activating your root chakra, the energy center that sits just below in the perineum area, helps ground us down. So naturally, we're going to be focusing on the hips, the legs, the feet, all things that are lower body. So you may need a blanket and 2 blocks, so just go grab those, roll out your mat, let's get started. So let's begin in Shavasana. So lie down on your mat. Keep your spine and neck nice and neutral. Rest your arms on the floor away from the chest and just soften your knees outward. And when you're ready, you can just close your eyes and just feel yourself connected to the ground. So just let your body become incredibly heavy from your feet all the way up to the top of the head. Just notice which parts of your body are touching the mat. And just tune into that sensation of being grounded, being connected to those parts of the body. So the root chakra, the Muladhara, is a vibrant color of red, and that sits at the base of your spine near the bladder and colon. It represents stability, security, your basic needs, and it has like a earthy energy. When it's open and balanced, you're going to feel like super grounded, very relaxed, very secure, very calm, and just anchored, anchored into your reality. But when it's out of balance, you can experience feelings of insecurity and anxiety. So you might feel a little sluggish, you might feel a little restless about the path that you're on. You might have trouble going with the flow and accepting change. So these can all be signs that the root chakra is in need of some nourishment and love. So I invite you to remember a time when you felt safe and secure and grounded. So maybe it was a place you visited, perhaps someone helped you feel that way. Maybe it was something you were doing. So call upon that memory now and just let it wash over you. Let that memory travel from your feet all the way up to the crown of the head. And use your breath to anchor yourself to that sensation of safety and security. So as you move through today's practice, you can actually use your breath with the intention of grounding yourself and connecting with that red energy circle that is your root chakra. Okay, so blink your eyes open, or if you like, you can keep them closed. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, and just give yourself a little squeeze here. So you might like to rock side to side, just massage that lower back. It's just really nice to create some warmth here. So release those feet down onto the ground. So keep your knees pointing up toward the sky. And then bring your right ankle on top of the left thigh for half pigeon pose. So if this feels really good, you can stay here. Otherwise, guide your left knee into your chest as you reach and grab onto the back of the left thigh or even across the shin, and just gently pull that leg closer towards the torso. Remember to breathe. Okay, so take a full big breath in. And now switch legs. So right foot back down to the ground. Cross your left ankle across your right thigh this time. And again, just as before, you can stay here if that's comfortable. If you're wanting to sort of experience that deeper stretch, just reach your arms around your right thigh and draw both knees in towards the chest. So these gentle movements that you're doing really create a sense of stability and safety, and that is a full replication of the solid foundation that the root chakra embodies. Good. Take a full big breath in. Release your ankle, bring both knees into your chest, take hold behind your knees and just begin to rock back and forward on your spine until you come all the way back up in a simple seated pose. So you can cross your legs at the middle of the shins, rest your feet underneath your knees. You're very welcome to grab a block if you want to sort of sit up on that, just to kind of bring a little bit of length and height to the hips, open up the hip area there. And so from here, just rest your hands on your knees, palms up. And just ground evenly through your sit bones as you connect with the earth. And start to make some circles with your body. So leaning forward and around to the back and forward again. So you're finding the base of your spine connecting to the earth. That's where your root chakra lies. And just start to activate some energy here at the base of your spine. So imagine it drawing that energy. Maybe you'd like to visualize the color red traveling up toward the head as you do this. Keep breathing. And now let's go the opposite direction. So draw circles in the opposite way. And as you do this, maybe you might like to think about a time when you felt ungrounded, unsafe, or just uncertain about your surroundings. Maybe there was a time you felt really disconnected from yourself or others. So when you're experiencing situations that make you feel that way, your root chakra can become unbalanced, and sometimes it can feel underactive or overactive. So as you move your body around, whether you're doing this clockwise or anti-clockwise, just imagine that red energy bringing the safety, that security, stability that the root chakra represents. Okay, slowly bring your body back to neutral spine. Breathe in, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips and lean forward into easy pose, forward fold. So just find a nice stretch here. You might like to plant your palms on the mat in front of you. Just feel that stretch in your hips and lower back. Just take some even inhales and exhales. Inhale, lift your chest, sit up tall. And exhale, so switch your legs so the opposite comes in front of you as you come into a seated cat-cow pose. Breathe in, pull the shoulders back, open the chest and look up toward the sky. Exhale, press through the hands, round the back. So just imagine that spine moving back toward the back wall. Pull that belly in toward the spine and just tuck that chin to chest. So repeat this flow, just set your own pace, link that breath to the natural movement of the body. So move slowly and just honor who you are right now. Just honor how your body feels. Take one more round of breath. Inhale, sit up tall, extend through the spine and crown at the top of the head. Reach the arms up to the sky and just turn your pinkies in slightly just to feel that stretch in the arms and shoulders. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of you and crawl them a little forward to find your easy pose forward fold again. Good, so just gently release your neck and head down, soften the body. And with each breath, just drive that life force energy, that prana, up through the base of your spine. Just fill every space, every cell of the body. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Inhale, walk your hands up, just lift your chest. Exhale and cross your legs. Good, so place your feet on the ground, hands behind you as you come into a reverse tabletop. So fingers can point toward the front of the mat or away, just depends on what feels good in the wrists. Just check here if your feet are hip distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Press evenly through your hands and feet and just take a nice big inhale, engage your core and start to lift the hips up toward the sky. Exhale, slowly come back down, hollow out your back onto your heels as your hips and bottom just sort of swing back between your arms. So you're creating like a really beautiful, gentle flow here. So inhale to lift. Exhale to lower and swing the hips back. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Legs back down onto the mat. Toes face up. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips as you come into your forward fold. Hands can rest wherever they like, thighs, shins, ankles, feet. Just spread the shoulder blades away from one another and just pull your kneecaps up just slightly. You can increase the stretch that way. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Inhale, lift your chest and sit up tall. Exhale, cross your legs and come into tabletop position. So just shift yourself forward, bring your hands onto the mat, come onto your knees. Just align your wrists over your shoulders, hips stacked over your knees, legs are hip distance apart. When you're in tabletop, if you're feeling that your knees are a bit sensitive here, just grab like a folded blanket, place them under them for just a bit of extra support. That can feel really nice as well. So from here, we're going to come into balancing table. So take a full big breath in, engage your core, just extend your right leg behind you. Now, you can just keep those toes on the mat if you like. And this might be enough for you. If you just like to stay here, that is completely fine. If you'd like to take it further, you can continue to push that heel back, lift that leg so it's parallel to the mat. Feel those muscles engage of the leg. And if you want to challenge this even further, you can take your left arm all the way forward parallel to the mat. Fingertips point forward, so you create a really beautiful long straight line here. Take a nice deep big breath in. Full breath out. And just notice what's going on here. Just notice the kind of stability that you're creating here. This is all root chakra stuff. So take another deep big breath in. Exhale, release back down to tabletop. So we're going to do that on the other side now. So inhale, send your left leg back. Now you can keep the toes of the left foot still on the mat if that's enough for you. or engage your core, engage your glutes, and lift that left leg all the way up so it's parallel to the mat. Just send that heel back behind you. You can stay here, and if you just want to continue feeling that support, that stability, float your right arm forward, fingertips pointing forwards, hug the belly in towards the spine, and just engage your core here. Just feel that really beautiful stretch and balance. It's okay if you're wobbly a bit, that's fine. That's totally fine. Just keep breathing. Take a full, deep, big breath in. Imagine a red line of energy running from the heel all the way to the crown of that head. One last big breath in. And release down. So sit onto your heels, come into child pose. So widen your knees, big toes come to touch. Keep your hips still sort of touching down onto the heels. And if you like, you can walk your arms forward and just extend them for a nice gentle stretch here. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Just send your breath to your lower back and hips as you root down through your legs and the ground beneath you. Take a full big breath in. And breathe out, just let it go. Inhale, come back to tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So place your hands, one handprint forward, engage your core, lift your hips, and find yourself arrive in your first downward facing dog of this practice. Press the palms down, spread through those fingertips, lengthen the spine, and just find some movement here. So you can pedal out your feet, you can bend your knees, might like to sort of move your head for yes and no. Just, use this time to tune into where you're feeling the stretch the most and send some love that way. Very grounded and stable here, very connected, very engaged in your root chakra. Take a full big breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward to your hands. And exhale, step or hop up toward the top of your mat. Inhale, come to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Bring your fingertips to the ground, or you can just rest them on your ankles or shins. Just find some length in the spine, extend the crown. Breathe in and exhale, fold over, release your neck to standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Root down through your feet. This is all root chakra stuff, so we're really grounding down through the mat. Take a big inhale, engage the core, sweep your arms out and up as you come into your upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms come to touch, or if your shoulders are a bit tense, you can kind of keep your arms shoulder width apart. That's completely fine. Take a full big breath in and exhale. Bring your hands together to your heart space in prayer position. Breathe in. Breathe out. So from mountain pose, you're going to flow into 2 rounds of half sun salutation A's. So inhale, sweep your arms all the way out and up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, engage the core, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, relax your neck and arms. Back to upward salute. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, brings the palms together. all the way down to your heart space. Take a full big breath in and a full big breath out. So this time you might like to practice the same flow with your eyes closed, and that's just going to enhance this awareness of presence, sort of being present in the body, feeling the stability, the support. So if you like, you might want to close your eyes, but otherwise, if you don't, keep them open. Take a deep inhale, sweep your arms all the way out and up towards the sky. Exhale, press through all corners of the feet and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, engage the core. Exhale, forward fold, draw your hands down towards the mat, soften your neck. Inhale, engage the core, arms all the way back up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So stay here and just keep breathing. Bring your awareness to your feet. And you might like to micro adjust them. So send the weight evenly through all four corners. You can sort of rock softly back and forwards, maybe even side to side. And just check in with the rest of the body. So your ankles should be stacked below your knees, knees in line with the hips, shoulders drawn away from the ears, and just lengthen a little more through the spine as you breathe deeply. And then imagine drawing energy, red energy from the ground. So as you inhale, that energy just travels all the way up the body from the feet out through the crown of the head, and just anchoring you to the present moment where you feel safe and supported and grounded. And you can affirm to yourself as you stand so strongly here in mountain pose, Tadasana, I am grounded and connected to the universe and life around me. I am grounded and connected to the universe and life around me. So blink your eyes open if they aren't already. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your palms down onto the mat, shoulder width apart. And just gently step your right foot back and then your left foot back. So now you're in plank pose. You can drop your knees down onto the mat if you like. Take a full big breath in. I'm going to move into chaturanga. So on your out breath, shift yourself forward an inch, bend the elbows straight back, and just slowly lower all the way down to the mat, spine nice and long. Release the tops of your feet, press firmly down onto the mat. Inhale, activate the core, lift your chest into cobra. Exhale, slowly lower all the way back down, rest your forehead onto the mat. So you're going to do a few rounds of these of cobra. So inhale, bring length to the spine, shoulders move down towards the back. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, feel the tailbone and the sacrum root down to the mat as you come back up. And breathe out, lower that chest and forehead down. Do this one more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, come into tabletop, so back onto the hands and knees. Just check where your body here is. You might need to adjust so that everything is in alignment. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. And from here, pardon me, if you want to pedal out your feet, you're more than welcome. But just take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale, make a sound with your breath. And again, breathe in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, lift your right leg straight behind you. And exhale, send your right foot to the inside of your right hand. So square the hips so they're facing the front of the mat. Take a deep, big breath in here. And a full breath out. Engage your core, breathe in, lift your trunk and arms all the way up, palms face each other for crescent high lunge. So just create stability through your legs here, engage your core, find your breath. And from here, you're going to challenge your stability and balance. So take a big breath in, look up towards the sky with a slight back bend, draw your navel to your spine and exhale, hinge at the hips, lean forward with your torso and just let it hover. Sweep your arms down and back parallel to your back. So you're going to do 2 more rounds of this. Breathe in, draw the torso up, arms come up, palms face each other. Exhale, slowly lean forward, hands fly back. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lean forward, stay here for a few more breaths. Really grounding down through these feet. Take a full big breath in. Release your left arm down to the mat and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Really create stability here. Feel free to drop that back knee down onto the mat if you need. And just take a full big breath in and a full big breath out. And again, breathe in. Exhale, bring your right arm down to the mat into plank pose. So you can stay here, you can drop your knees down if that's comfortable. We're going to actually come into a side plank pose. This is really going to call upon that stability, that strength in the side of the body. So if you'd like to continue, let's go for it. So bring your right hand below your nose and rotate to the outer edge of the right foot with your left foot stacked on top. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the ceiling, open up the side of the body. So if you're feeling good here, stay here. If this is a little too intense, you can step your left foot forward, keep it bent and just turn the toes so that they face the long edge of the mat. That's a little more comfortable. Just hike those hips up towards the ceiling for that particular variation. Take a full big breath in. Exhale, release back to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, come into chaturanga. Breathe out and lower slowly all the way down. Cobra pose, breathe in. Peel your chest off the mat. Draw your shoulder blades back. And exhale, meet me at downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Stick out your tongue and exhale out through the mouth. Good. Again, breathe in. Stick out your tongue and breathe out. Inhale, send your left leg straight up and back. Exhale, send your left foot forward to the inside of your left hand. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, engage the core, lift your trunk and arms all the way up, palms facing each other for your crescent high lunge. So just create some stability here. Settle into the pose, just find your feet, find your grounding. So we're going to do the same as you did on the other side. So inhale, look up slightly with a gentle back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lean forward with your torso, sweep your arms down and back. 2 more times and let it flow with your breath. Breathe in, draw the navel toward the spine. Exhale, lean the torso forward, let it hover, sweep the arms. Inhale, chest up, arms up. Exhale, forward, lean with your torso. Really good. So just stay here now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a full big breath in and release your right arm down to the mat with your left arm up towards the sky, coming into your low lunge twist. So if you found that dropping the back knee last time really helped with stability, you are more than welcome to do that. Open up the chest here, take a full big breath in and a full big breath out. Breathe in, so bring your left arm down to the mat into plank pose. And you can stay here, you can pop your knees down if that's more comfortable. If you'd like to continue, we're going to go into side plank pose. So with your left hand, just bring that below your nose and rotate to the outer edge of your left foot. Your right foot should be stacked on top. So take a full big breath in, lift your right arm up to the ceiling and just open up the side of the body. Keep a nice long line in the neck with your body and shoulders in line with one another. If you prefer, you can step your right foot forward, keep it bent and just turn the toes so they face the long edge of the mat. Lift the hips up towards the sky, and that's just going to create even more stability and balance. So connect with this inner strength that you have. I know you've got this, so find that stability. You can do it. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release back to plank pose. Awesome. Drop the knees, come into child pose, very well-deserved pose right now. Widen those knees, big toes touch. Forehead can rest on the mat. Just take some breaths here. Use this time to reset. So the root chakra sound or the mantra is Lam. So if you ever feel unstable or wobbly as you continue with today's practice, or really just even in life, you can repeat the sound Lam. You might like to chant it, and that can really reactivate the root chakra energy center. So take a nice deep big breath in and breathe out. On your next inhale, come into tabletop pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up, lengthen the spine. Inhale, reach your right leg straight up behind you, toes point down. Exhale, send your right foot forward to the inside of your right hand. Breathe in, engage your core, lift your trunk and arms all the way up, palms face each other. Exhale, lean forward and sweep your arms back. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, lean forward, sweep your arms back. So you know what to do here. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise to the sky once more. And then from here, you're going to come into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. So begin to shift your weight to your right foot and lift the left foot up and back. That chest moves parallel to the floor. You've got this. So your arms can continue to reach forward, or you can sweep them behind you. So if your balance is feeling a little tricky here, just place your hands on some blocks underneath your shoulders and then extend your head away from the back leg. Hold it here, keep breathing. And just know that even though there's less parts of your body touching the ground right now, you can still create that stability in the parts that are on the ground. So just firm down through all four corners of the standing foot. Feel a really beautiful solid foundation that's creating through your standing leg here. Take another deep, big breath in. And as you exhale, plant your hands down. Lift that left leg a little higher if you can. Find your breath. And then exhale, release the back leg. Bring it to the top of the mat as you come into a gentle forward fold. Release the neck, release the arms. You're doing so well. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, release back down to forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand up, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So you're going to move into tree pose now. So ground down through all four corners of your feet. Engage your leg muscles. Bring your hands to your hips. So come onto the ball of your left foot and just turn the whole left leg out to the side. So you can opt to stay here in this position, or you can actually lift that leg up and plant your foot onto the inner right calf muscle or even the thigh above your knee. So point that lifted leg toes down toward the mat. Place your hands in prayer position near your heart center. Soften your gaze. And if you like, you might want to just try and play around with this balance. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Maybe you could take your arms out to a T. Maybe the palms can face up and then sweep them up towards the sky. But just imagine that right foot, that grounding foot, really rooting down into the earth. So can you feel that? Can you allow yourself to do that, but also sway a little, like a tree in the wind? Because being grounded and deeply rooted into the earth, that doesn't mean that you can't change or adjust. So on your next inhale, bring your hands to your heart. And exhale, rotate your left knee and foot in front of you. Take a big step back with your left leg. Come into your low lunge. Inhale, plant your left palm and just take your right hand up to the sky to find a gentle low lunge twist. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring your right arm down to the mat into plank pose. And then from here, you're going to do your side plank. I know you love these. So bring your right hand below your nose. Rotate to the outer edge of your right foot, left foot stacked on top. Inhale, lift your left arm or hand up to the ceiling. Open up the whole side of the body. Keep that nice long line in the body and neck. And just breathe. You've got this. Exhale, release down and come and meet me into your downward facing dog. Breathe here once you have arrived. Just take some full breaths in, some full breaths out. On your next inhale, reach your left leg straight up and back. Exhale, send your left foot forward to the inside of your left hand. Inhale, rise up to crescent high lunge. And then we flow. Exhale, lean forward, sweep your arms back. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Just find that steady flow. Inhale, rise to the sky. And then prepare to come into your Virabhadrasana 3, your warrior 3. So when you're ready, on your next exhale, launch yourself forward. Chest moves parallel to the floor. Standing leg straightens. Ground down through your left foot. Find that support here. Continue to breathe. You've got this. Now think of just dropping your hip and lifting your heart. Create some space and stability here. You can do this. You have this. So take another deep, big breath in. As you exhale, palms dive down to the mat and just continue to extend that right leg up and back. Take a full breath in and release to standing forward fold. Release the arms, soften the neck. Just let it hang. Take a full big breath in And a full breath out, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, rise to stand up. Stand nice and tall, arms sweep up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Bring your hands to your hips. Root down through all four corners of the left leg and just come onto the ball of your right foot. We're going to come into tree pose. So again, you can just leave your right foot just rested here on the mat. Or if you like, you can lift the leg up and plant your foot onto the inner left calf muscle. Or you can do it a little bit higher up onto the thigh just above the knee. Point the lifted leg toes down toward the mat and place your hands in prayer position near the heart center. And so you might feel a little wobbly here. It might be a bit different to the balance on the other side. So again, remember you can repeat the mantra Lam anytime you feel a little off center. So challenge yourself here. Maybe close your eyes, or you can sweep your arms up towards the sky. And it's okay if you fall. It's totally fine. You can just come back to this pose. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your heart. And exhale, rotate your right knee and foot in front of you. Just take another deep, big breath in here. Exhale, take a big step back with your right leg. Bend your left knee. Bring your hands down to the mat. Wrists stacked below your shoulders. Inhale, root down through your right palm. Fingers evenly spread. Lift your left arm up. And just open up your chest here for your low lunge twist. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. I'm going to come into our favorite side plank pose. So engage the core and shoulders. Come into plank pose. And then bring your left hand below your nose. Ground down through your left fingertips. Rotate your body to the outer edge of your left foot. So from here, you can stack your right foot on top of your left, or just like before, add that stability. Step your right foot forward, bend it. Turn the toes so that they are facing the long edge of the mat. Lift your hips and breathe. You can do this. Even if you're just shaking a little bit, that's okay. You can do it. Exhale, release back to plank, and then meet at child pose in any way that feels comfortable. So widen the knees if you like, or keep them close together. Arms can be outstretched in front of you or maybe by your side. Palms face up towards the sky. It's totally up to you. And just breathe. Come back to your body. Come back to that sense of groundedness. Really grounding down through the earth, because the earth is the element that connects us and activates the root chakra. Take a full big breath in. And one more breath out. On your next inhale, lift to tabletop. And exhale to downward facing dog. Lift those hips. Lengthen through the spine. Take a full inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop up in between your hands. Halfway lift, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, release the arms, the neck and head. Inhale, rise to upward salute. So sweep those arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. So from here, just start to march on the spot. So press through the feet, lift the legs, sweep the arms, or swing the arms rather. Just create some heat and just try and make some space on your mat. Just walk around, march around. This is a really, really good practice to feel grounded, to feel like you are in your body. Awesome. So when you're ready, come back to the top of the mat. Bring your hands to heart. And then come onto the balls of your feet, onto your tippy toes. So find your balance here. See if you can maintain that balance as you keep lifting. And then from here, start to slowly bend at the knees and lower your trunk. So start to kind of come down into a toe squat position, sort of drawing those hips down. Just notice how that feels. Notice that balance and stability, how that shifts. And let's do this a couple more times. So inhale, come back up nice and slowly. Still on your tippy toes. And exhale down to toe squat. Just let your tailbone guide you, reaching your groundedness, the rootedness, reaching it all the way down. One more. So lift, inhale. And lower, exhale. Bring your hands down onto the mat. And just lower your knees onto the mat as well. So gently sit back onto your heels. You should feel like a really nice gentle stretch here of the feet. Tuck those toes under. And just stay here for a moment. You might like to close your eyes. If it's a little intense in the toes, you can just sort of place the top of the feet back onto the mat. But really just sort of bring your awareness to those feet. So send some love to them because they support you day in and day out. Good. So take another big breath in. And exhale, come back to all fours, tabletop position, and just shake out your feet. Just sort of tap them onto the ground, sort of release any tension that you might feel here. Wonderful, you've done so well. So let's come into a seated pose, bound ankle pose. So sit down onto the bottom, slide your legs out in front of you, and then open your knees out wide. So bring the soles of your feet to touch. Take hold of your ankles or shins. Gently lift your chest up, open the shoulder blades, and breathe in. As you exhale, just gently pull your heels in towards your pelvis, just as much as you can, as much as it feels good. Keep your gaze in front of you. Inhale, draw your shoulders down and back. Exhale, start to hinge at the hips. Keep your back straight as you forward fold nice and gently. Draw your chest closer to your feet. And just stay here. So notice where you feel the stretch. Where do you feel that sense of connection? Try to really ground evenly and equally through your sit bones and tailbone. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release the legs out in front nice and straight. Bend your right knee up towards the sky. Cross your right foot over the left thigh and plant your right foot down onto the mat. Inhale, reach both arms out to a T. Exhale, twist the torso and head to the right. So hook your left elbow outside your right thigh and fingertips of the right hand can just really ground down behind you. This is your seated spinal twist. Remember to keep breathing. So inhale to lengthen up through the spine, grow a little taller, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Just gently uncross your leg. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. So bend your left knee up towards the sky, cross it over your right thigh. Just keep that left foot planted down onto the mat. And take a deep inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, take a gentle twist to your left. Hook your right elbow outside your left thigh. Draw your shoulders away from the ears and just relax the jaw. So as you inhale, bring length to the spine. And as you exhale, just twist a little deeper. Take a full big breath in and just send the leg out in front of you. And from here, just start to slowly roll backwards. So engage your core and come backwards onto your back. Get yourself comfortable here. Bring your knees to your chest to find happy baby pose. So reach your hands inside your knees and then try to grab hold of the outer edges of your feet. So gently press your shoulders and tailbone down into the mat and guide your knees in towards your armpits. Just do this as much as it's comfortable, because sometimes it can feel quite tense in the hip creases here. And from here, you might like to massage your lower back so you can rock side to side if that feels good. So in this position, I invite you to come back to a time or a place or memory where you felt safe and grounded. And breathe in that memory and remind yourself of those same sensations. And those sensations can be found within the body. So honor what your body is feeling, what it wants. So before we move into the final resting pose, Shavasana, just take those other poses if you like. If you want to stay in happy baby pose, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to take some other pose, feel free to do that. Just honor what your body is asking for in this moment. So when you feel ready, just find that nice and comfortable Shavasana position. So for here, you might like to grab a blanket, place it over your body, especially as we're sort of going to be cooling down here a little bit, so the body temperature will drop. You could use that blanket to place it under your lower back for extra support if that's comfortable. And just reach your legs out, hip distance apart, or even further if that's good. And just fully relax the legs. You can bring your hands by your sides or place one hand on your chest, the other on the belly. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And if you haven't done this yet, close your eyes. Allow your neck to be long and your head grounded on the mat. Let your body relax into the ground below you. And just ultimately, the earth is supporting your body at the moment as you relax into this pose. So see if you can find that connection with the earth. And then repeat the affirmation in your mind. I am comfortable being in the present moment. I am safe, grounded, and secure. You have survived your whole life in this beautiful body of yours. So even when things have changed, when things were out of your control, or there were times that just you didn't feel prepared for, you still survived. See, all things change, don't they? Nothing stays the same. Relationships, jobs, where you live, lifestyle, outside world, everything keeps changing, and yet here you are, safe and grounded. So just know that you are fully and utterly supported by the earth, and your body supports you. And then there's a energy that is bigger than you and I that also supports you, whether you want to call it the universe or God or divine or creator and earth itself, nature. But whatever it is, whatever you call upon, you can realize that you are never alone. So just take a deep, big breath in and just send some love and gratitude to your entire being. Send it to the core of the earth and just watch it expand out into the universe. And if you're ever feeling a little restless or feeling a little anxious, maybe you're feeling a little wobbly or uncertain, then you can use your yoga practice to ground yourself. Or even just come back to your breath. Because realize that the very foundation on which you build your life on is provided by your root chakra. So take a big breath in and breathe it all out. And again, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then start to wiggle your toes and fingers. You like to move your arms, maybe stretch them up overhead or out to the sides. And when you're ready, just keeping your eyes closed, just come up to a seated position. Take your time, there's no rush. And when you arrive here, just sit up nice and tall. Again, ground down through the sit bones, feeling that support, the stability, the groundedness. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and gently bow your head. I want to thank you for showing up on your mat today and for dedicating this time to connect with your root chakra and just simply for honoring yourself. So take one big wholesome breath in. As we come to close today's practice, I will leave you with this Malay proverb. A tree with strong roots laughs at storms. Namaste.